Hey there, Lacey, Mr. Funk here. I noticed that you were having some trouble with the sentences in our on our cooking test when we had to add wenn between the two of them. So I thought I'd give you the screencast and give a bit of a heads up of what you need to be doing. So in our first sentence we have Die Butter ist weich, and then the second sentence gieße sie in die Teigmasse ein. So the butter is soft, and so we want to add when the butter is soft, pour it into the batter. So when we start the phrase with wenn, the verb goes to the end of the phrase. So it's a pretty subtle change. So wenn die Butter weich ist, comma, that's what we need to do for the phrase. So the weich, our soft adjective, then just switches with the verb. Because our first phrase was the wenn phrase, we have a comma, and then we have this verb, comma, verb pattern in the middle of it. When we're looking at a sentence that gives you a command, then the command starts with a verb, so you don't have to change anything. So, wenn die Butter weich ist, comma, gieße sie in die Teigmasse ein. So that would be our answer for number one. Second one, if I'm looking at I have thirst, I want to drink a glass of water. Wenn ich Durst, now the verb is habe, so that's where the noun thirst changes with habe, comma. Here, because our first phrase is our wenn phrase, that counts as one thing in a sentence. So that's why the ich and the will need to get reversed, or rather inverted, to go will ich ein Glas Wasser trinken. So then, if I wanted to change it around, I could say ich will ein Glas Wasser trinken, wenn ich Durst habe. So if I switch them around, I want to drink a glass of water when I have thirst, or when I am thirsty. You could say, wenn ich durstig bin, if you want to change the sentence around from a noun to an adjective on I am thirsty, that's fine too. Of course, then the verb goes from habe to bin, but it stays in the same place. Last one here, looking at that same thing, he wants to go to the cinema, and he telephones his friends, or calls his friends. So, if again we start with a wenn, we have two verbs, will, that's my helping verb, and then gehen. Order of operations, kind of if we take a look at math context, because I've used will, my main verb is in the end of the phrase, or in this case the sentence, and in the infinitive. Now as I complicate the matter and add a conjunction, which is introducing a dependent clause, now the helping verb goes after the main verb. So, wenn ins Kino gehen will, comma, which sort of stacks the two verbs together, because that's their first phrase. Now it's another verb after the comma. Telefoniert seinen Freunde. So, again, if we switch that around, telefoniert seine Freunde, comma, wenn ins Kino gehen will, we could do that too. Anyway, hope that makes a little bit more sense. Give me a shout if that doesn't. And you might want to re-kick that particular test. Give me a shout if that's interesting to you, and then we can do at least a portion of it and show that you've mastered this concept. Good, thanks.